carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 20.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
8 yards to go on second down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll have a first down past the 40, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
By the Colts.
I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
2nd and 7 from the 20. From the gun, Rivers. And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Bears nothing.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First down, a run with Cohen. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Cohen, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Trubisky gives to Cohen. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
The tackle made.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So not a good start for this rookie quarterback, already trailing in his first half, and that's going to make things worse.
Well, back in my day, this was not unexpected out of rookie quarterbacks. That's why a lot of coaches didn't want to play them. But coming out of college now, they throw it all the time. This is a little bit unexpected, the way that he's playing here.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me. Davis.
Makes it second.
He did hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, Cohen. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
At the Colts' 48-yard line.
On the give, this is Cohen. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Carrier.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's third and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Corey Willis. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Fighting Hilton on the slant. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is brought in at the 21. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Mack, the ball carrier. Eddie Goldman on the stop. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
19. Bears nothing.
Second down at 5. Now the rookie out of Wisconsin. This is Jonathan Taylor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down at the...
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yards he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's...
T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little 1st half here, partner.
And it's a 1st half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
They'll take over first.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition? And
this is caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 4th touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers. And this offense is running away with this one.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He was 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now it's Trubisky. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Makes the score Colts 32, Bears 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
The tackle by
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Rivers is going to fake the give to Taylor and set up to throw it. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Play fake. Rivers. And he's got his man Hilton.
It's sad they pay me.
Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Tackled back at the 35-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a man open down the middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 6.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Corey Willis. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's
pressure and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number 1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacted the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
And down inside the 10 at the 9. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it'll be Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
1 yard line.
Is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Shit. Hey, I'm going to go load it.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10 at their own 27. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Eason. And the catch made by Hilton. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. Quick throw here to Hilton. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 19. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From zone now. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll throw from the gun. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
At the 14-yard line.
Here's Eason to throw, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Whoa, he just yanked that one well to the left. And no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Xavier Rhodes sprints in on the corner blitz for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 9.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
At the 40-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Brings up
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Easy.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
the Colt ball.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Bears
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get into the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
18 on the play. First down, Indianapolis.
On first down, Jacob Eason looking for Campbell downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
First and goal, Indianapolis.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts just continue to pour it on.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick
Now
off.
he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Bears on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Trubisky to throw again. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
64. Bears.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now, this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go play action with Trubisky. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And goal at the 4-yard line.
Black 15.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
So that's what an angry defense looks like and what they can do. They told him, you've had your 3 touchdowns already. No way you're getting a 4th.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. 3rd down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Trubisky. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The first down screen pass, good for 5. It's a 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the Colts 44-yard line.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Blankenship out for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Colts 77, Bears 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 20. For the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
At their own
While the training